You want to go make a video about chicken feed? Huh? Come here. Let's make a movie about chicken feed. You want to star in it? Huh? Say yes or no? Huh? Do you want to? Do you want to go? Huh? Huh? Do you like being in the movies? Hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome to Homesteading in the Great Outdoors. Today I want to talk a little bit about what are you feeding your chickens? And what am I feeding my chickens? Do you know? Because I don't. So typically this is the staple that we feed our hens and rooster every day. It's from Nutrina, and I pulled off the ingredients off of this, and it really just gives you, you know, right there, if you can read it, grain products, processed grain byproducts, calcium carbonate, and then it lists a couple other things, but then it goes into all this other just vitamins and minerals and stuff. Never really tells you what kind of grains are in there. So, if you don't know what layer looks like, there's layer. To me, it's just a bunch of stuff processed and then made into either crumbles or pellets, and it's just minerals and grains and grain byproducts. I don't even know what it is. But here, I decided I wanted to get some scratch grains to add to their diet. But they say on the instructions, this is really interesting. I find this highly kind of funny. It says ingredients, grain products. Doesn't tell you really what's in there, but this is what it looks like. It's got, I think I've identified 4 different kinds of grains in there. I'm not sure which ones. It even has a little bit of stock, some trash that the chickens aren't going to eat. But this I paid $15.09. For this one I paid $15.19 because I wanted to give them more of a variety, something that's not so high in chemicals and additives and all that kind of stuff. And it says that only use this as 10% of their diet because it doesn't really have anything but grains. And then we got the cracked corn over here that I planned on mixing with this, but I didn't realize there was so much cracked corn in this. But I'll still mix it because this one was only, I think it was $9. So $15.9, $15.19, and I think $9 maybe for this. So, and then we have black seed, what do they call those? Sunflower seeds, black sunflower seeds that we give as treats. They just gobble it up. It's got some trash in there too. Everything's got trash in there. Anyways, so I still really don't know exactly what I'm feeding. Now, one of the things that they do most all day is free range. So they eat grass, and they eat leaves, and they eat seeds, and they eat insects and worms. And one of the great things about these insects is insects have exoskeletons, which is a great source for calcium, which is important for layers because their shells are made out of calcium. And the inside of the insects is packed full with proteins. So I think that's really great. Great supplement for this other stuff that we've got. And that's one reason why I'm trying to back off of layer, because layer, I think the main thing about layer is they soak it full of proteins like calcium, so that your eggs stay nice and strong, and they get plenty of calcium in their body. And I'm sure they put stuff that's in there that's higher protein, because this is 16% protein, and the corn is around 9% protein. So they mix stuff in there. But I just feel like it's a bunch of processed stuff. And until I know better what I should be feeding them, that's what I'm going to feed them for the most part and just kind of experiment around a little bit. So what I'm going to try to do, or what I'm going to do this go around with the feed, is I'm going to do 2 parts layer crumbles, 1 part scratch, and 1 part cracked corn. And the cracked corn is just really just to bring the price down, because I think they're getting plenty of extra stuff. We're going to have blueberries, a tremendous amount of crop of, not blueberries, I'm sorry, wild blackberries, come the first weekend of June, or the first part of June. They're already blooming, and we've got a lot of small ones growing, but they'll be ready to pick, and they'll be ripe the first week of June. And I know they're going to eat a bunch of them. There's just a lot of stuff out here on 5 acres. It's just mainly wooded, that they get the benefits from, and I think that's one great thing. So I want to kind of reduce the price a little bit. I probably won't buy the scratch anymore, because it is, I'd probably say, close to 50% cracked corn, and I'm paying a lot of that. I mean, if I want cracked corn, I can pay a lot cheaper price for it. So I probably won't be doing the scratch. I might find, like a bag of oats, or a bag of wheat, or a bag of Milo, or a bag of sorghum, or a bag of this, or a bag of that, and do some research and check that out. But as far as, buying a scratch grain container like this one right here, and all the ingredient says is grains, yeah, corn's grain, and it's not evenly mixed, in my opinion. Like, it may have 4 or 5 different grains in there, but 50% of it's cracked corn, and they're getting more for it than they are for the layer feed. So I'll do some more investigation, see how things turn out. But I definitely think the insects help the most with that calcium, that extra protein. We get a minimum, out of 14 hens, we get a minimum of 12 eggs. We average a little over 12 eggs per day. We get more than 7 dozen, more than 84 eggs a week. Maybe 90 eggs a week. Maybe 7.5 dozen. And I think a lot of that has to do with the extra calcium and extra protein that they're getting with the insects. I really contribute most of their health and happiness to free ranging, going out and get a little bit of exercise, sunshine. They like the rain. All we want as farmers is to have happy, healthy chickens. And that's what we have here on Homesteading in the Great Outdoors. Alright guys, there's one thing I forgot to mention earlier in the video. One of the things that we use that goes with our feed. Rachel's going to come out in a little bit and help me mix this feed up. One of the things I always include is the Diatomaceous Earth, food grade. And I always mix some in with the chickens. And if I don't, I will get poopy on the eggs. If I stay on top of it and make sure I put some of this in their feed, I get the cleanest eggs. We don't get any poop in the nest boxes, and I don't put a lot in there, but I put a little bit in there, and you'll see me mix some of this in there while Rachel's mixing the feed. So Rachel is helping me mix some chick feed out. She's going to take a bucket of each. One bucket of, she's starting with the bucket of layer. And then she's going to put in a bucket of cracked corn, just plain cracked corn. And then she's going to get another bucket of layer feed. And then a bucket of what we think is 3-grain scratch. We think there's Milo, corn, and oats. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 applications of that. After she gets done, I'm going to put one more in on the very, very top. That's all the Diatomaceous Earth I put down. Alright, so That's all the diatomaceous earth. That's this. The second, you want to put that together again for me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. And this will work its way all the way down through the diatomaceous earth. It'll work its way down. Like I said, I got some in the middle. So, here's our mixture. It's 150 pounds. We bought 200 pounds. And I'll be adding more to it as time goes on. I'll be getting rid of the rest of these 4 bags. But there is our mixture. So 2 parts layer, 1 part cracked corn, and 1 part 3-grain scratch with diatomaceous earth. And that's what we'll be feeding our chickies.